Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing some baking and cooking today, so I figured I would just pop on here, say hi. I'm sorry I didn't check in after my last blurb because I got a huge migraine then the day after I went to the chiropractor, so I didn't get to take you along with me to my pedicure and grocery pickup. I was kind of laid up in bed all day yesterday, so I'm feeling much better today, so that's why I decided I'm doing a full clean. I got all my dishes done because they piled up since I didn't get to them, and now I'm going to bake some chocolate chip banana bread loaves, and I'm going to make some tomato pie after I get done bartending today for my work lunches next week. And I'm going to clean out the fridge, and I got the complicated part out of the way, which is the dishes, and my handy dandy hand mixer. I just got one because when I lived at home, my mom and I used to share hers, and I'm just kind of used to a hand mixer at this point, so this is what's just easier for me. So I'm doubling my recipe because a normal recipe calls for 2 ripe bananas, and I have 4. So I'm just making a big loaf and 2 smaller loaves of chocolate chip banana bread. So I have a bowl for my wet ingredients, a bowl for my dry, and we are going to get started with all of our stuff. So let me grab the sugar. Okay, so we need 1.5 cups of sugar. I love these little containers I have. I have to go bartend today, so one of the girls that was originally supposed to bartend, she needed off. She has a party. So I'm going in instead to do the 12 to 4 shift. So I'll be there for a while, and I'll probably just take my laptop with in case it's slow and get some work done. I'm also helping with our town's fall festival. I do that every year, and I kind of am the one that keeps the list of everybody that paid, and so I want to get that updated today and get my schoolwork finished. I just have my tests left to do for my first week of back to school, so doing pretty good there. It keeps me busy. I really wish I wouldn't have had the migraine yesterday because I could have got a lot more stuff done, and I was supposed to go to my friend. It was her daughter's 1-year birthday party, and I got her these cute outfits, and I was all ready, and the thought of getting behind the wheel of a car with my migraine, I was done for. I was getting sick already to the stomach, and I get very easily car sick. Now, not when I'm driving. If I'm driving or passenger, I'm fine. But even with a migraine, it exacerbates it. So even if I am driving, I'm still going to be feeling like crap. So I texted her and I said, I'm going to try to make it, but I won't be able to stay. She said, just stay home if you don't feel good. And I scheduled a doctor's appointment for this week to talk to my doctor about my migraines because something needs to be done at this point. I can't keep living like this. I've tried magnesium before bed if anybody else has any other like homeopathic methods, because I know that they don't want to put you on some type of prescription because you can't just take them every day not knowing when or if you're going to get a migraine. So I'm just hoping they have some type of form of relief for me, or if they want to check my head out or something. Like, I don't get them every week. I maybe get a couple a month, but that's still not, I don't think you should be getting migraines that often. And I always have. And maybe it's just my body is prone to it. My like chemistry up in my brain is just wants to give me migraines. I have no clue. That's why I'm the numbers girl, not a science girl. Okay. We have our 1.5 cups of sugar in. Set that to the side. Now we are going to add sugar and into the sugar the butter, softened butter. So I have 2 sticks, which is 1 cup of softened butter. I let them sit out the night before, just makes it easier to get that really good consistency with the butter. My trash can's beside me, that's why I'm leaning over that way, so I can get rid of the wrappers right away. And this is like my stress relief. I love to bake. So you will always find me doing stuff in the kitchen because it's just, I'm busy enough with everything else. This is like my one time for me to enjoy myself. The next thing we have to do when you combine your butter and your sugar is to beat it till very light and fluffy in texture. So I will insert a little clip of what it should look like at the end. That way you don't have to hear the beating because I know that that is a loud noise. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, here is the mixture of the sugar and the butter beaten till light and fluffy. As you can see, it has a very smooth, fluffy consistency to it. So now we're going to add in the bananas, sour cream, and eggs and blend it again and then stir in our dry ingredients. And I put in chocolate chips, as you'll see too. And then we're just going to put it into bake. So I'll be back. Okay, so to add our bananas, you want mashed bananas. You don't want any, like, you cannot use a just yellow banana. You need to wait till they are dark, they are soft, they are mushy. It makes it easier for you to mash them. So what I am going to do here is I'm going to get my smaller plastic bowl and then I unpeel the bananas. Now make sure, like, you can get them to a dark color, but you need to smell them before you use them. If they smell rotted, you cannot use them. You can't. So, bowl. And I am gently peeling off the skin because it will be difficult and messy, so you have to know your hands are gonna get dirty. Throw the banana in. So the typical recipe calls for 1 cup, which is about usually 2 medium-sized bananas. But since I'm doubling everything, I have 4. So I let them sit out for a good amount of time. See, as long as it still smells like a banana, you're fine. But it can't smell, and you will know a rotten banana when you smell it. So, you just can't be afraid to get in there, get your hands dirty while you're peeling your bananas. 2 down, 2 to go. And see, the color of them is still yellow on the inside. The outside is just a little bit darker. Still a good came out pretty nicely. And last one. I do not make, a lot of people make their banana bread with chopped nuts. I do not. My family does not like it. They prefer the chocolate chips. So I get the mini morsels, the Nestle's mini morsels, and I make a chocolate chip banana bread instead. Everybody's different. My family just doesn't like them. Like, even when I make homemade sticky buns, I cannot put nuts on the top of it. They need to be plain, and that's it. Or they need to have like a vanilla cream cheese frosting, which I think is then too overly sweet, and I can't do that. So let me just wash my hands here. Grab a paper towel. So then we're gonna take a fork and just start mashing them. This you don't really have to be careful because it's literally just, they're gonna mash so easily. So I just take a fork, go to town, get it so it's a fully mashed banana. That's the consistency you want. It kind of looks like banana baby food if you would make it homemade. So then I take just a spoon and I do measure it out because I am particular. So then I get my 1 cup measuring cup. So the goal is to have 2 cups, which I think we'll easily have 2 cups worth of the bananas. And then since bananas are super sweet in nature, I add a little bit of sour cream to cancel out the sweet. So cup number 1 goes in. And we are going to have 2 cups. We'll actually have a little bit extra banana, which I'm not going to add it because baking's an exact. And sometimes I do overlook the rules a little bit, but baking I'm pretty much always consistent with because you have to be. So, mashed banana is added. Now we are going to add a cup of sour cream, and I always have sour cream on hand. I don't know about you guys, but I love sour cream. I don't know what it is about it, but I'm always making variations of enchiladas, quesadillas, fajitas, and I'm always needing salsa and sour cream. And even just tortilla chips, I'm dipping them in like the cheese queso, but always having a side of salsa and sour cream as well. It's the more the better, like the more the merrier when it comes to sour cream for me. So we want to do 1 cup of sour cream. Try and get it as even as possible. So there's your sour cream. We're gonna pop that in the bowl. And this is my mom's recipe. She is not a big baker. I kind of took it over after my Nana passed away. My mom likes to bake, but it's not really her favorite thing to do in the world, so I now mostly do the baking for the family, which I don't mind. You always have a lot of dishes, and now I do not own a dishwasher, unfortunately, because that would make my life a whole lot easier. Okay, put this back in the fridge. Now we got our eggs, and I always keep eggs on hand. My typical breakfast is a sliced up avocado and a fried egg and a tomato. Just, I like that for my breakfast. 1 egg in. Second egg. And then I am, as I said earlier, doing a tomato pie later today after I get done off bartending. And that I'm gonna make for my first 2 lunches, and I'll probably eat it for breakfast too, for tomorrow and Tuesday, because Tuesday is when my home chef box comes, and I'll show you the recipes I got, and then I usually make those and have those as dinner and lunch the next day. So now that we got all that in, we are going to blend until everything is well incorporated here into our mixture. Okay, so here is the mixture now with the bananas and the sour cream and the eggs added in. As you can see, it's very runny. So that's why our next step is to add in our flour, baking soda, salt, and then the chocolate chips. All right, so I put in the 4 cups of flour, just did 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and we need to do a full teaspoon of salt. So we have all that in now, along with a whole mess full of flour. Even got all over my kitchen gloves. So I just want to rinse that off. I'm going to rinse off my half cup because I have to add my chocolate chips after I mix this, so I want to make sure it's nice and clean. And then because it's getting so late, I'm actually going to bake it when I get back from bartending because I only have a 4-hour shift. So I'm going to just get it all mixed together and then just store it in the fridge. You usually can let it go for up to 2 days. It's only going to be 4 hours, so nothing's really going to change with it. So let me get all the dry ingredients mixed in here, and then I will show you what it looks like, and then I will fold in the chocolate chips then, and I'll show you the finished batter. Now it is time for the mini morsels. So this is 1.5 cups. I may sometimes go a little overboard because who doesn't love chocolate? the chocolate chips in. Now I'm just gonna fold the batter with my spatula, because obviously you do not want to beat the chocolate chips in. And you want them to be evenly dispersed throughout the batter. And because this is a bread, it's going to be a thicker batter. Don't be alarmed if it's like not runny like you think it should be. Now it's gonna be a little runny, but it's gonna be more on a thicker side because it is a bread. So let me flip you guys around and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright guys, I'm back. I got finished tending. So I have my bowl of my banana bread and I have one big pan sprayed and floured and 2 mini pans sprayed and floured. So I am going to scoop my dough into the pans and we're gonna get it ready to go in the oven. I have it preheated at 350 degrees. So it's ready to go when I get the loaves done. And we put these in for 55 to 60 minutes. They do take a little bit while because you put it on a 350, which is the lowest setting I usually bake on. Just so it goes low and slow because you don't want it to be done on the outside and not done on the inside, if you know what I mean, like raw on the inside. So I don't have, my big ladle is dirty because I had made some other food earlier before I went tending. So I wanted to I'm just scooping this in here so I have an even amount in each pan. Let me know in the comments what type of videos you want to see going forward. Now I know I do a lot of unboxings and I have a couple more coming up, but I also want to throw in some cooking and some lifestyle stuff and some baking. Maybe like how I'm doing a full-time job and school all at the same time. Stuff like that. Let me know what you guys want to see. I want to try and make the channel as successful as possible because I'm really enjoying it. So just let me know and I'll do whatever you guys want me to do. And I'm gonna get my tomato pie stuff done while this is in the oven so I can pop that in right afterward. So I have that for work, for breakfast and lunch tomorrow and Tuesday till I get my Home Chef box. And then I'll do a video on the recipes I got, or like an Instagram story on the recipes that I got this week. I know one is mahi, but I don't remember the other ones that I picked. Because I picked out for my whole entire, like a whole entire month. So all my meals are picked till the middle of September. I do it ahead of time so I don't have to worry about it then. Because I get so busy at work that and then with school, which I finished my first week and I have A's and everything. So, yay. That makes me happy. I feel a little bit more relieved because school can be daunting to people. And especially when you go back. Like I did have most of my college done, but I took some time off and now I'm going back to finish, and it's a big decision and you have to be ready to make that life decision that you're going to go back to school and not let anything else get in your way while working a full-time job and So I'm gonna make it work the best way I know how, and thankfully I don't have, at this point, not that I don't want a relationship with boyfriend, but I don't have one at this point, so that makes it a little bit easier that I don't have to worry about fitting in that to my schedule yet too. Because I honestly don't know how everybody does it. So let me get this last container loaf pan filled and evened out. Then I'm gonna pop these in the oven, and I'll show you guys what the end result looks like. Now, if you guys, my mom and my grandmother both taught me this, that to get your stuff even, this is going to sound stupid to some people that don't bake. Trust me, I get it. But you want to slam your pan down because it will get all the air bubbles out. And it will get it level. So now we have our loaf pans, and I'm gonna pop these in the oven, and I will insert the finished product. Okay guys, after an hour in the oven, the bigger one took about an hour, 5 minutes. The other two were done in just an hour. I have 2 mini loaves and 1 big loaf of chocolate chip banana bread. I stuck them with toothpicks to make sure no batter came up, and they are all good and cooked. So I am going to let them sit here and rest and cool. Then I'm going to pop them out of the loaf pans and wrap them in aluminum foil and put them in the fridge so they keep until I eat them all and I give them to my neighbors and such. So I just wanted to check in, show you guys the finished product, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what other type of videos you want me to do, and I will see you guys next time.